The distance from Death Valley to Glendale, 1,981 miles. The last time the Clemson Tigers won a national title, the year was 1981. Coincidence? They think not. From three-time Phoenix Open champion Phil Mickelson to tour veterans like Matt Jones and Pat Perez, the Sun Devils are well represented, but they're looking at a current ASU golfer to pass the pitchfork to. Though there may not be a rivalry between these two defensive lines, both offensive lines believe that when they take the field on Monday night, they'll have already faced the best defense in the country. USOC officials have formed an advisory committee to raise athletes' awareness about the Zika virus, but ultimately, the decision to travel to Rio will be an independent choice for each athlete. While ski season faced an abrupt conclusion for the second straight year, the lack of snow, rain, and winter climate has brought another issue into the forefront of Lake Tahoe: fire danger. Spring training is business as usual for reporters like me, but for most fans, it's a can't-miss vacation atmosphere that combines a few of their favorite beads. 2 weeks before Stabler was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, researchers at Boston University studying the quarterback's brain concluded that he had chronic traumatic encephalopathy, otherwise known as CTE. The eye of the tiger is no longer the eye in the sky. The Clemson Tigers have landed here at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix ahead of their Monday title clash with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Making the move from Indiana to Arizona State made sense for Tracy Smith for a number of reasons. Among many, the weather. In Bloomington, his players had to shovel snow on opening day a season ago, and here at Phoenix Muni, well, no such trouble. Tiger students weren't around for the last Clemson title in 1981, but there were plenty of fans who did witness history back in the '81 season that are here on hand on Monday. The 4-2 Sun Devils hit the road this Saturday to take on the number 4 team in the country, the Utah Utes. At 5-0, Utah has tamed the Cal Golden Bears, stomped all over the Oregon Ducks, and even fought off Jim Harbaugh's Michigan Wolverine. For Powers, it doesn't matter if they're playing an NHL team or, I quote, the Little Sisters of the Poor. As long as there's a block A on their opponent's chest, ASU is out to dominate. An SEC foe in Week 1, a Big Sky opponent in Week 2, as the great band Diamond Rio sang, "Meet me in the middle." And that's exactly what Arizona State will do this week, as it takes on New Mexico. It was the Sun Devils who got on the board first, gave the ball to sophomore Demario Richard. He bulldozes his way 8 yards in the end zone, 7-0 ASU. Then, quarterback Mike Bercovici drops back some misdirection. He finds Devin Lucien. The seniors link up a 59-yard touchdown pass to put ASU up 14-0. Arizona clawing back, though. Defensive back Cam Denson picks off the screen pass, goes 23 yards to the house to put the Wildcats back in it. But just as they're clawing back, Arizona State puts it away. Senior Lloyd Carrington with the interception. He does his best Deion Sanders impression on the sidelines. 38-yard touchdown to ice the game, and the Sun Devils take home the Territorial Cup 52-37. Second quarter, Washington up 10-0, and when you're Daryl Daniels that big and that open, that's called a problem. 17-0 Huskies. But Arizona State would fight all the way back. Mike Bercovici finds wide receiver Devin Lucien, 32-yard slant route to the house. We've got a tie ball game at 17. Then Washington quarterback Jake Browning playing from behind, and his freshman inexperience shows through here as he forces a pick to Queasy Brown. He goes the other way, sets up a Sun Devil touchdown. They're up 27-17 after that drive. Browning trying to fight the Huskies back. He cannot do so. Marcus Ball contorts himself for that one to seal the victory. C-L-E-M-S-O-N-T-I-G-E-R-S. As Monday's college football national championship approached, a crimson tide was but a lone wave set against the sea of Clemson orange, flooding the University of Phoenix Stadium parking lots.
We flew from Charlotte, North Carolina, into Dallas, into Albuquerque, into Phoenix.
But we booked the trip right after the Orange Bowl. We were like, Clemson's in the national championship? What a giant treat.
I knew that I was going as soon as the game ended in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
For the first time in 34 years, the Clemson Tigers are back in the national title game. And Tiger fans believe a national championship is their destiny.
It's exactly from Death Valley, our home stadium, to Glendale, Arizona, 1,981 miles. The last time Clemson won a national championship was in 1981. Coincidence? I think not.
The Lord told me. Tigers today, baby. Tigers today.
Tiger students weren't around for the last Clemson title in 1981, but there were plenty of fans who did witness history back in the '81 season that are here on hand on Monday.
In 1981, I took him to the game. So this year, he brought me to the game.
So I got to go to 11 of 12 games in 1981. Didn't go to Tulane game, but went to all the other games.
From 1980, when Clemson played South Carolina, I never missed a game until the year 2014, so 402 in a row without missing. And it was a very great experience.
The Orange Sea expanded throughout the day, and by the end of Monday's title clash, Clemson fans will know if the flood they provided was enough to end a 34-year drought. In Glendale, I'm Kerry Crowley, Cronkite News. 4 warm-up pitches is all Josh Rogers needed. As we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning here at Red Wilson Field, the Bourne Braves 2, the YD Red Sox nothing. Rogers with 40 pitches so far through 3 innings, and right now he'll face the meat of the order. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for Scott Pickler's Red Sox squad. Rogers, the left-hander, struck out Edman his first time up, and he's into his motion. First pitch fastball laced right over the head of Josh Rogers. First hit the ball game for the Red Sox. It's into center field and goes under the glove of Ryan Bolt. Bolt, the center fielder, retreats to the warning track. Edman never slowing down. He's on his way to third, and he's in there with a single and a 2-base error on the center fielder, Ryan Bolt.
Just looked like one of those plays. Bolt picked it up just a moment too soon, and Edman, as you mentioned, Kerry, that ball was smoked, and it just continued to roll past Bolt and roll towards the center field fence, and Edman, give him credit, did not slow up for a second, able to make it into third base.
First tough spot for Josh Rogers as Donnie Walton comes to the plate. First pitch fastball finds the inside corner, called strike. Walton, a .318 hitter, and during the first week of the Cape League season, he was the Coca-Cola Cape Cod Baseball Player of the Week. 0-1 the count. Rogers comes home with a breaking ball. It's slapped at and hit right back to the screen for strike 2. So a strikeout situation, and Rogers is already ahead 0-2. Edman, a .280 hitter, and nearly took the head off Josh Rogers on that line drive. 0-2 the count from the lefty. He fires home with a breaking ball. It's in the dirt, and a good scoop by catcher Brian Servin, who we know that Rogers was excited to work with today. The pair worked together in Bourne last summer. The only 2 returning players from the 2014 squad that won a Cape League high 28 games en route to a President's Cup trophy winning season. Edman aboard at third. The Braves out in front 2-0. 1-2 the count. Pitch home, breaking ball ripped through the left side of the infield past the outstretched glove of Camden Duznak. That's a base hit. Edman comes in to score, and Donnie Walton picks up an RBI as he shaves the deficit to 2-1.
And unfortunately, Rogers left that pitch up in the zone, and Walton got a good piece of it, able to hit a ground ball past Duznak at third into left field. And just like that, Red Sox chip this deficit down to 1.
Good spot here for Gio Brusa to break out of a slump, the designated hitter out of Pacific. Hitting .179 on the season so far. Time called over at first base. First base umpire John Leeds signals that Donnie Walton needed a little bit of extra time to take off that shin guard that he wears. As he extends off of first, everyone's set to go. Rogers from the stretch, fastball popped up and tailing over the first base dugout. Out of play. Brusa last summer competed for the Brewster Whitecaps. He's one of the top home run hitters in the Cape Cod Baseball League, participated in the Home Run Derby held at Doran Park. Was the starting all-star for the East squad. 0-1 the count from Rogers. He fires home a fastball. Again popped up, again tailing over the first base dugout. And again, that ball will become a souvenir. Brusa on the season. 5 for 28 with 13 strikeouts. Rogers ahead 0-2 right now. The Braves up 2-1 after the Walton RBI single. Healthy lead over at first. Rogers comes home. Fastball popped up behind home plate and over toward our broadcast perch. But that ball will knock off the netting and stay in playable territory. Apologize for taking your headset off there, Chris, as I was reaching for the foul ball. 0-2 from Rogers. Fastball hacked at and missed, strike 3. Josh Rogers with strikeout number 4.
That's the pitch I want him to throw to Walton. I think he just didn't get it high enough up, and that allowed Walton to hit the RBI single, but this time able to elevate it. Brusa wasn't able to stay disciplined, chases it out of zone for out number 1.
Now Luke Bonfield will come to the plate, left fielder out of Arkansas. Bounced out to the shortstop, C.J. Chatham, his first time up, and Rogers could use that right now, a double play spot, as Walton extends off of first. That's where Rogers throws with a pickoff throw. Walton back standing as Humphreys won't bother to swipe the tag. Last start out, Josh Rogers went 5 2/3 innings against the Catuit Kettleers, his best start in his Cape League career. First pitch to Bonfield, a fastball, chest level, and it's a called strike 1. Bonfield on the season, 4 doubles and 4 runs batted in. A pair of Razorbacks in Scott Pickler's starting lineup. 0-1 the count. Rogers from the stretch. Fastball. This time finds the lower inner quadrant of the strike zone, and it's called strike 2. Bonfield saw 5 pitches in his first plate appearance, and of the Red Sox who came to the plate their first time through the order, that was the most. 0-2 pitch, a fastball that tails high and inside. Rogers nearly got a piece of Bonfield, and that's ball 1.
Good setup pitch, though. See what he opts to go with 1-2.
We've seen Rogers use the breaking ball as a strikeout pitch, has not shown it in this at-bat. Walton extends, 1-2 breaking ball, popped up middle of the infield. The second baseman, Nick Solak, ranges behind the second base bag, and he comes down with it for out number 2.
The center fielder from Georgia, number 11.
2-1 ball game in favor of Bourne here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Braves put a run on the board in the first, a run in the second, and have surrendered one to the Red Sox here in the 4th. Stephen Wren will come to the plate. Center fielder out of Georgia, 0-for-1 on the evening. Rogers comes home, fastball smacked high in the air, deep left center field. Bolt looks up, and that ball's gone. Stephen Wren deposits a 2-run home run over the left center field fence, and the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead.
Almost the same fastball he threw to Walton. This one was elevated a little bit, but for Wren, that's a sweet spot. And he got all of it well over the left center field fence. He didn't need the wind to aid that ball. And just like that, the score flips. It's now a 3-2 lead for the Red Sox.
Big inning here for Yarmouth Dennis. After not collecting a hit through the first 3 innings against lefty Josh Rogers, YD has jumped all over these elevated fastballs. Connor Wong will stride to the plate now, right-handed batter's box. Rogers throws a fastball that's tipped off the mitt of the catcher Brian Servin for strike 1.
Second home run of the year for Wren.
And Wren tagged his old teammate as he played with Rogers last summer in Bourne. 0-1 curveball, high chopper as Rogers extends off the rubber. Backhand flips to first, and it's in time to get Connor Wong. But the Red Sox strike for 3 here in the bottom half of the 4th. The big blow, a 2-run home run from Stephen Wren. YD 3, Bourne 2. You're listening to Braves Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Wells Fargo Arena, Tempe, Arizona, the site of today's Pac-12 women's basketball showdown between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Arizona State Sun Devils. Alongside Breon January, I'm Kerry Crowley. A Friday matinee, and that's because it's Sparky's Kids to College Field Trip Day, Breon.
These kids are definitely bringing the energy today. It's a fun environment, and I think the kids are loving it.
Arizona State got off to a bit of a slow start. Buffaloes held an early 4-0 lead. Sun Devils on a 6-0 run, chance to make it 7 after they exploited a mismatch down low. And Eliza Norman drew a foul and connected on her bucket. Norman to the free throw line for Arizona State. 5 for 8 on the season from the charity stripe, and she knocks it down. 7-4 ASU. Inbound pass goes to Brecca Thomas, the sophomore point guard, playing a reserve role behind Alexis Robinson and Kennedy Leonard, the 2 outstanding guards for the Buffaloes. Just freshmen. Ball over to Mackenzie Ellis, knocked away that time by Hawkins. Ellis driving in near the free throw line, trying to go down low to Haley Smith. Turnaround jumper in the lane, no good. Off the back of the iron, falls toward Eliza Norman. Here comes Davis pushing the tempo. Amuka Mera will set things up. 4:15 left to go here in the first quarter from Tempe. Alicia Davis Right wing, driving in, and she's fouled. We'll see if that's called against Brecca Thomas or Mackenzie Ellis. Like that call will go against Ellis. Kiana Ibis, Quinn Dornstadter, and Kelsey Moose all checking in, so the Sun Devils get an infusion of height in their lineup right now.
Exactly. Let's see if they can use that inside and provide some kind of presence down there.
Ibis trying to post up right now, can't do so. Moose driving with the basketball from right to left. She collects Hawkins, right side. Now standing at the top of the key. Under 15 on the shot clock. Dornstadter posting up inside. Ball tipped away. Dornstadter recollects. She's got a one-on-one opportunity here. Driving, and she goes up. That layup comes short. Ball collected that time by Haley Smith underneath.
Swan is such an active defender. She's so aggressive, and she's really made it hard on Bruner and Dornstadter when they've been in the game.
Kennedy Leonard had a wide open jumper. Could not knock it down, came well short. Good pass inside to Dornstadter from Davis. Dornstadter's first attempt no good. Ball tipped around. Dornstadter kicks back out to Ibis. 7-4 Arizona State. Alicia Davis back over to Ibis. Looking for some help now. Passes over to Hawkins. Nearly stolen away. Robinson falls down. Hawkins drives inside. Underhand shot, and the charge is called.
She had an opportunity to really capitalize off that after she fell. She needs to go into that lane controlled and knock that down because she has that in her repertoire.
Looked like Hawkins thought about pulling up for a moment, and then when the defender showed up, tried to go around her, but just had too much momentum.
I like her being aggressive, but she definitely needs to keep her head up and see those rotations. Colorado does a great job with that.
Full court pressure being employed by the Buffaloes here. Kennedy Leonard, the freshman guard from Southlake, Texas Carroll High School, bring the basketball up the floor. Robinson has that ball stolen away that time by Alicia Davis. Davis, the last person to touch it. It goes out of bounds. And on cue, Lauren Huggins will check in. 7-4 Arizona State. Slow first quarter for both squads, but this is the type of game the Sun Devils love to be in.
Exactly. They're going to keep chipping away. They're going to stay with their game plan.
And there it is on cue.
Exactly.
A steal from Arizona State. Kelsey Moose, one of the better on-ball defenders, picks it up. Katie Hempen has the ball stolen away. Sophie Bruner collects. Now Robinson, the freshman, driving the lane. A little move, kicks back out. Huggins, three ball, uncontested, just off the back of the iron. Chance to tie it there. Instead, the Sun Devils clinging to that three-point lead. Kick out to Davis. Her three-point attempt is nothing but good. 10-4 Arizona State. The Sun Devils easing the three ball that time. First three of the game for either squad. Colorado over its last 5 from the field. Arizona State just playing suffocating defense right now. Kennedy Leonard works off the screen from Coriel. Kick out. Huggins thought about popping. Instead, she'll pull back. Dribbling around now. Good switch from Ibis. And a foul called. 3 in the key, in fact, is the call that goes against Jamie Swan, the senior forward.
Yes, I mean, Sophie was down there battling, and it's going to be a tough matchup because Swan is just so aggressive. Let's see, I mean, Bruner really hasn't touched the ball much in this entire game yet. Let's see, I mean, ASU needs to get her in the mix.
Sophie Bruner does not have a field goal attempt more than 8 minutes into this game. 4 different players have scored for the Sun Devils. Norman has 3 points, Davis 3, Haynes 2, and Moose 2. Alicia Davis slowing the tempo now. Crossover, driving to the lane. Tried to find Eliza Norman on the low block, couldn't do so. Davis inside, her shot rattles home.
That's what I love to see from her. The more aggressive Lili's going to be is the easier shots that Katie Hempen and, you know, all of our post players are going to get. But she needs to be aggressive like that for entire games at a time.
12-0 run for the Sun Devils. They lead 12-4. Huggins being defended hard on the outside by Katie Hempen. Inside, that's Kennedy Leonard. Now Coriel. Double team coming from Eliza Norman momentarily. Just 5 on the shot clock, and the Buffaloes haven't even had an opportunity to think about a shot. Robinson goes up, and she didn't get it off in time. A shot clock violation, and that is some of the best on-ball defense you will see all game.